Drawing on John le Carré's personal experiences and departing from his typical espionage narratives, A Most Wanted Man, 2008, aimed to bring a contemporary touch by delving into terrorism and the controversial practices of rendition and torture prevalent during the Bush era. Employing the pacing and conventions of a thriller, Le Carré explores the morality, or lack thereof, within a system that prioritizes assumption over actual guilt, treating mistakes as acceptable collateral damage. The story unfolds in Hamburg, Germany, where Layla, a Turkish woman, and her boxing champion's son, known as Big Melik, find themselves under the surveillance of a mysterious figure in a dark overcoat. Upon reaching their home, the man reveals himself as Issa, a devout Muslim, and requests food and shelter, believing it is their spiritual duty to offer hospitality. Compelled by their beliefs, Layla and Big Melik invite Issa into their home. Soon after, Issa contacts Annabelle Richter, an immigration lawyer associated with a human rights organization. Annabelle, young, attractive, and idealistic, agrees to take on Issa's case when she witnesses physical evidence of his torture and learns about his clandestine entry into Hamburg. According to Issa, he has arrived to retrieve a significant sum of money entrusted to Bru Frères, a British bank located in Hamburg. Annabelle proceeds to meet Tommy Bru, the aging president of the bank, who develops an infatuation with her but fails to disclose the bank's impending collapse. Despite his attraction to Annabelle, Bru hesitates to release the funds due to his doubts about Issa's credibility and concerns about the bank's survival if the money is lost. Issa, claiming to be the son of a Russian army officer named Karpov rather than a Muslim, insists he has no interest in the money. Suspicion surrounding Issa leads Bru to deny the release of funds, partly driven by his uncertainty about the bank's ability to weather such a financial blow. However, Bru, despite his suspicions about Issa, offers Annabelle a personal check to cover her expenses in her efforts to prevent Issa's deportation. Annabelle decides to move Issa into her recently purchased but uninhabited apartment. Meanwhile, members of British intelligence pay a visit to Bru and disclose that they established the account and handled payments for organized crime. They request Bru to inform them if Issa ever returns. Subsequently, Bachmann, a German intelligence agent, pays a visit to Annabelle, expressing his belief that Issa is a Chechen terrorist who recently escaped into Germany. Eventually, Annabelle is arrested and interrogated by Bachmann, leading her to agree to collaborate with him. In exchange for helping Issa obtain a German passport and temporary stay permission in Hamburg, Annabelle consents to work with Bachmann. Bachmann reveals his plan to her. He wants Issa to accept the money and donate it to an Islamic philanthropist named Abdullah. German intelligence aims to establish a connection between Abdullah and terrorism by tracing the money. As an incentive, Bachmann proposes that Issa make it a condition of his donation for Abdullah to fund his medical education as a charitable act. While Annabelle tries to persuade Issa to accept this proposal, Bru agrees to assist the British intelligence agency. During a meeting of various intelligence officials, the deceit and ulterior motives become apparent. The evidence implicating Abdullah as a terrorist financier proves to be weak, and the plot to track Issa's money appears desperate and unjustifiable. The officers openly discuss breaking their agreement with Issa and plan to monitor the funds withdrawal with armed personnel, anticipating that Issa might be armed and resort to violence. Eventually, Annabelle and Issa, accompanied by Bru, arrive at the bank. Issa reveals his key to the safety deposit box, and they successfully retrieve the money. Abdullah arrives and accepts the donation as planned. With the crucial evidence in their possession, the intelligence officers prepare to apprehend Issa. However, before Bachmann can take action, an unmarked van suddenly crashes into him, trapping his arm and incapacitating him. In a shocking turn of events, both Abdullah and Issa are forcibly abducted from the street and forcibly dragged into the van. The vehicle speeds away, leaving a CIA officer behind to confront Bachmann. It becomes clear that the United States has betrayed its allies, prioritizing its own agenda. Issa and Abdullah, now labeled as terrorists, are destined for extraordinary rendition and inevitable torture. Bachmann desperately seeks an explanation from the American agent, but the CIA operative cryptically implies that, from that moment on, Issa's existence is erased, and there is little anyone can do to change the course of events. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.